So folks, today we're going to be looking at a game called Chips Challenge, which was released in 1989 originally for the Lynx. Now this game, I thought I'd take a brief trip down memory lane and start off the Shafted arcade series with, of course, Chips Challenge. Now this game apparently was ported to Windows during the Microsoft Entertainment Pack in sometime probably early 90s, and I somehow seem to recall having it pre-installed on my first PC, which obviously probably was Windows 95 at the time. And yeah, I briefly remember this game and thought, I've got to try and get hold of it again. And this is a bit of footage of me playing it earlier. Yes, it's very primitive nowadays, and but I must admit I still really enjoy playing it. Now basically the premise is you basically have to collect keys to open different things, and you collect those microchip looking things there, hence Chips Challenge. I don't know whether he's called Chip or it's called that because he collects chips. I think it's probably a bit of both. As you can see, I'm kind of whizzing through the levels here. They do get harder and more puzzling, but some of them you have to do in a certain order. As you can see, there's buttons, the classic switch buttons like that. So yeah, you've got your main puzzle elements such as keys. These mud blocks you can move around, and you can put in water, and of course you've got toggle buttons like that. Now some of the puzzles are pretty self-explanatory, as you can see. Don't take a lot of working out. Like I say, it's really fun. Now there are some other elements you may have seen a second ago, where you collect boots and things such as one boot will let you go in water, otherwise you die if you're not wearing it. Another one will let you walk through fire, and another one lets you kind of have grip on ice. Otherwise, when you're on ice, you just skid to the other end, and you until you stop, you can't physically do anything. So there is certain things like, obviously there's bombs to watch out for, and yeah, it's just a really fun game to play. Now here's some kind of invisible wall type level, which I briefly remember playing and somehow remember exactly where to go, which is pretty shocking. But it's been like well over 10 years, probably more, since I played this. As you can see there's some little spy people that will steal whatever you've got, so you have to kind of do this in sections. There we go. There I'm bypassing. Oh, there we go. Getting the flipper, teleporting back to the water so I can get over it to get this, and he steals my flipper. Then I have to go back and get the fire boot, and then walk through the fire, and then he steals the boot. Some levels like that are pretty repetitive, but quite easy to do. I always used to think this was some kind of boss, and if you look at me go here, look at that, look straight in. So yeah, it probably was developed for children as a school orientated game. Maybe, I don't know if I played it at school. All I can remember is it was on a computer that we owned, and like I say, I think it just appeared. I know my parents weren't the most technical of people, and well, I don't know, I can't recall me getting it from anywhere. It was just there. So yeah, there is really not much else to say about this. Bit of background info: they released it for, as I said, the Atari Lynx first, got ported to Windows, Commodore, Spectrum, etc. So for its time, it was a pretty decent puzzler, and like I say, it's still pretty enjoyable today. If you look online, I'm sure you'll be able to find a download link to it. It's almost kind of just gone into freeware because it's that old, as with a lot of old games. And yeah, I suppose yeah, it speaks for itself really. Pretty self-explanatory. Highly recommend giving it a go. You know, if you're just up for a little time killer. Yeah, definitely the way to go. So, hope you enjoy this brief insight into Chip's challenge. Look out for more Shafted retro arcade videos in the future.